See this traffic here? This traffic is because this $500 million that we don't need to spend is being spent this morning. But forget that for a minute. This traffic that backing all the way up to St. James, you see how here clear? This traffic that backing all the way up to St. James, you know, we have a cut in the road and we could have used it. We have a cut they never fixed back. They put some New Jersey barriers when they was fixing the coconut pipe. But this traffic here, Rohan Sinanan, Colm Imbert, Fitzgerald Hines, Kate Rowley, they've all known that this morning the major artery, Diego Martin Main Road, was going to be closed. If you look ahead, you'll see that it's closed. So they knew that. But they don't have a single police officer or a traffic warden directing traffic up at that intersection. Not one. And that is the contempt that they have for the 70,000 people living in the West. But look at this. Because public servants need to know. This $500 million here, this $500 million being spent here. And public servants need to hear this. Law enforcement officers, Coast Guard, police, all of them need to hear. Teachers, nurses, all of them need to hear that this is the 12% increase they could have offered you. This overpass, this here, that only serving one person, Richard Azar in Westmall. That's the only person this overpass I could think of helping. The only person that's going to benefit from this overpass is Richard Azar in Westmall. $500 million being spent on an overpass, and the only purpose it serves is to make it quicker for people to reach Westmall. Now tell me if this is not a mad country. I want you to hear what I'm saying again. The only person who could benefit from this is Richard Azar in Westmall. I want you to tell me, how could Colm Imbert and Rohan Sinanan justify spending $500 million on an overpass that nobody in Diego Martin needs or wants or cares for? In fact, the people behind in Victoria Keys, Powder Magazine Phase 2, that I had blamed for this overpass, they tell me, no, Mr. Alexander, we don't want that. We don't want that at all. So who, Colm, who, Rohan, push y'all to spend this $500 million in hard-earned taxpayers' money, in poor little granny money, in hard-working hustlers' money, laborers' money? These same workers who work in here for Junior Sammy, when the mark bust in this country and the treasury collapsed, Junior had no money for them. Junior and the family going to Las Vegas to live. When Trinidad economy collapsed, the Chinese and them, they don't care after them taking their piece of money and they going back China. This $500 million, Kate Rowley lied to the nation about taking the road money to help deal with public health. He's a liar. He's a double-tongued deceiver. He is the father of lies. This $500 million here, I want to tell you something. They have a road in Westmoreland that had massive craters, and I spent $500. I collect $100 from two neighbors, and I spent $500, so that was $600, and fix all the major craters in that. And that was buying hardware material retail. The government, it will not cost the government more than $100 a pothole. This $500 million they're spending here could fix every single pothole in every road in Trinidad and Tobago, because we don't have more than 1 million potholes. This $500 million that is spending here today, that is spending for an overpass to Westmall, because nobody in Diego Martin asked for it. No organization in Diego Martin said they want it. Nobody in Westmoreland, in Victoria Gardens, in Petite Valley, in Diego Martin, there is nobody that I have spoken to that is going to benefit from this. Colm Imbert and Rohan Sinanan have contempt for the people of this country, but that is the People's National Movement. And all of you who have been voting for this party for 60 years have allowed them to loot this country and create the sister bastard UNC, copycat, come and tell you about Indian and African, to loot and rape this country. Every politician who has ever seen public office came away millionaires, 100 millionaires. Some of them are billionaires today. This $500 million here is theft. The country does not need this. And we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, hey, Amadel, $500 million here. $500 million. This could fix every pothole in the country. Good morning.
We are school Monday. Well, not Monday, the Monday after. Plenty of the schools are not going to be open because we don't have enough funds. Or there's somebody sitting in a hospital for the last 24 hours trying to get a bed. We can make a whole list of things that we
The only people who benefited from this $500 million is West Mall. Enjoy the rest of your days. Lovely seeing you, Adam. But look at this, everybody talking. Avanel is one of the hardest working activists in this country. She's the head of ISDE, she's the founder of ISDE Not a Cause. She's fed more poor people in this country than the whole PNM combined. And I want to say to you all, Trinidad and Tobago, this is insanity. That we could allow them to get away with this, that we have no systems in place to prevent this from happening is insanity. The entire PNM government needs to be prosecuted for this $500 million theft. I will continue to bring updates for you on this, but we need a commission of inquiry into this. We need a proper foreign judge to come here and get the information as to how we end up with this. Somebody tell me that this contract was given out years before the last election. So why do we have a contract being given out for an overpass that nobody wants and nobody needs and was not properly tendered? Trinidad and Tobago, this here is the money for the public servants. Every nurse and every teacher and every police officer that have to suck up 4% and live with that, can't pay the bills, can't pay the rent, can't buy food for the children. All of you are to suck that up so this $500 million can get stolen. And we're still talking about who to vote for. I tell you who to not vote for. PNM and UNC. Those are the fathers and mothers of corruption. We need to ban corruption in this country. And this here, this overpass is a glaring example of that.